I don't know, man. Emergency medicine might be the way to go. It's looking pretty awesome. So right now, I'm working on 3 projects right now. We're writing up 3 different manuscripts. Medicine isn't just what we see on social media a lot of times. It's not always, TikTok videos. Bad things happen.
Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your...
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Gianluca, and I am in a weird spot between 2nd and 3rd year. Technically, this time next year, I will move on from being a medical student to an actual resident doctor. But anyways, it's been a while since I checked in with you guys for one of these vlogs. We are here on Wednesday nights getting ready for one of my final shifts here in my emergency medicine block rotation. Now, emergency medicine has been one of my favorite rotations in medical school so far, even before we actually made it to the block rotation, because I've already done a few electives in emergency medicine. And so far, we've been doing everything from sutures to trauma surveys to heart attacks. It's just been an awesome rotation. And we're going to take you through at least my next 3 or 4 shifts, I guess. We'll go over some research and stuff too. So I'm going to go to sleep. See you guys tomorrow.
You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up.
Alright guys, I think it's finally time that I just start being honest with myself, but I'm really not a morning person. I would much rather do the midnight to 8 in the morning shift than have to wake up early, but we're gonna go in anyways. Loud music, a little bit of creatine, some coffee before, time to get pumped. So just some quick info about our emergency medicine rotation, but because of all the changes that happened with COVID, our emergency medicine rotation, like the other ones, has only been 1 month, and throughout the entire month, we are expected to work 12 shifts that could range from anywhere between 6 and 12 hours. And as a medical student, it's your job to help out with the primary assessment, as well as come up with a treatment plan and help decide whether or not the patient is going to be referred to a separate section in a hospital, whether that's surgery or internal medicine. You're also going to be helping out with a variety of minor and major procedures, including CPR in the case of an emergency. So just finished my shift today here in the emergency department, and I gotta say, when you get used to working 17 hours on call, 18-hour shifts in surgery sometimes, and you come here to this rotation and you do an 8-hour shift, it's actually really nice. I feel like sometimes it's really, really easy to forget what working normal people hours in terms of length is like, and then it's actually really nice. Today we had a few more lacerations for me to sew up, and I've been getting really good at that recently. Interesting learning points from today, and something that I really haven't had much exposure to in some of my other rotations so far, are motor vehicle accidents and interacting with law enforcement when it comes to patients that are also victims of assault, and doing a complete trauma assessment. That's really something that I've never had to do before, but going through the ABCDE and things like vitals and stabilization and when to give blood and different things, it's been really, really cool. So wow, now you're telling me that I finished work and I actually still have time in the day to go home and get things done before the sun goes down? I don't know, man. Emergency medicine might be the way to go. It's looking pretty awesome. So I think the plan's going to be to work out now, because I know that if I go lie down, I'm going to be way too tired to wake back up afterwards. So got the pre-workout, we'll do it now. I miss the real gym so much right now. Now the only thing really left for me to do today is to study for my exam. It's going to be next Friday, and right now I'm doing my lecture on toxicology. Normally for exams and for this one, included, I'm going to be doing some practice year-old questions. I'll be going through all the different lectures that we have, and then also some NBME practice questions too. But I don't think I've ever showed you guys this. We have like a homepage that shows us what we need to know for the exam for the most part, like the different topics that we got to cover throughout our rotation. So you can see this is like our homepage here, and throughout the entire rotation, the different things that we got to learn are our lectures on radiology, sepsis and shock, intro to EMS, there's toxicology on here, a whole bunch of different things, trauma and burns, and basically this is just how it works for like all of the different rotations that we have. But we hear anyways that the emergency medicine exam, like the last few, is going to be a little bit more difficult. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Good morning, guys. It's Friday today, and it's actually my day off because I'm going to be working Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But if you look outside, it's going to pour for sure. It's going to storm today, so not really much I could do. I think the plan then is going to be to just study all day and finish up with some research stuff, because then next weekend it's going to be a good weekend, I think, and I'll probably just go to the beach with Nikki. So full study day today. What are you going to do? I'm actually pretty proud of myself. It's like 10 o'clock right now, so I did sleep in pretty good. But yeah, I guess now we get to work. Now, I know I told you guys before that I'm not like really, one second, I can put myself there. I'm not really involved with research per se, but that's relative. So right now, I'm working on 3 projects right now. We're writing up 3 different manuscripts. And we also have a 4th project that is stuck in like publishing limbo. Like our supervisors are just trying to figure out which journal they want to submit it to, but it's totally good to go. So that'll bring me up to 5 since starting medical school. And all of them have been focused around emergency medicine. The 3 that I'm working on right now is studies looking at high frequency use with pediatric patients, so patients under 18 years old. Studies with high frequency users of people that are over the age of 18, and then also how COVID influenced people's ability to go to the emergency department. For those of you that don't know, certain people go to the emergency department at increased rates compared to other people. So in one of the studies that I'm working on right now, we actually had people that showed up to the emergency room more than 300 times per year in some cases. And really trying to figure out exactly why that is kind of what the research that I'm working on right now is all about. Now, what you guys don't know, I'm guessing for the most part, is that I'm also planning to be in Norway this coming December. The day after Christmas, I'm going down to, I believe it's pronounced Tromsø, but the Arctic Circle in Norway to go and dive with the wild orca whales and hopefully shoot some sort of a documentary about my experience there. So yeah, it's not just YouTube and research. The research especially is just like some school stuff, but I do like to have a lot of different fun things, personal projects going on as well. And this orca trip, this documentary that hopefully will turn out really awesome, I'm excited for it. I've been planning this for a long time now. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I will definitely share it on the channel as soon as I'm done. So in between doing some research and a little bit of studying, I'm also going to try and take today to book my flight, plan out where I'm going to stay in terms of hotels, and really just see what's going to happen, because I'm going by myself. I'm living on a boat for a few days. I booked the excursion, but really nothing else because of all the confusion with COVID. So that's what's going on for today. Saturday morning, and back to work.
Okay, so that was like one of the hardest shifts I've ever had in like medical school, like ever. A lot of times you'll hear from medical students on their rotations in emergency medicine that it's kind of like, you know, like throwing a pair of dice every time you go into the emergency room, because you're going to have some shifts that are really easy and really slow and more just like non-high acuity stuff. You'll deal with some fractures here and there. For the most part, it's pretty easy to manage. And then you'll have stuff like today where we started the shift with 2 back-to-back vital signs absent, and then it was just, oh man, that sets the tone. And then it's just high acuity stuff all day. It was jam-packed for like everything until like the last half hour. Now, it's a fine line whenever I'm trying to do these vlogs about some of these more like sensitive issues, but I think it is kind of important that I share a little bit with you guys. You know, just the reality that like, yeah, is emergency medicine awesome sometimes? Definitely. There's so much to love about it. But then you also have to be the type of person where, you know, the studying, the training, everything you do, it's in an attempt to help people. But then at the end of the day, sometimes you just can't help certain people that they come in with certain presentations. And then knowing that you did everything possible to try and save that person, even if it doesn't work out, I think is super important. That's kind of a takeaway message for you guys. But yeah, I think it's also really important to let everyone know that medicine isn't just what we see on social media a lot of times. It's not always, you know, TikTok videos and smiling and having a good time when you're at the hospital. Bad things happen, and it's not all smiles and sunshine all the time. So I'm going undercover. I swapped my pink emergency room mask for my civilian mask now. I'm gonna pop in to the mall because everything just opened back up recently here in Ontario, and I think, you know, rough day at work calls for a little bit of cheating on the diet, so we're gonna go in and get some end of the day discount mall sushi, which is like one of my favorite things after work. So this is like my favorite place after work to kind of just come hang out, especially today because it's been such a nice day. But just chilling, relaxing, eating my my store-bought sushi. Check it, ready? Can I turn this somehow? Of course. I got right there. This is my supermarket sushi and salad, because med student luxury at its finest. All right, guys, and that's gonna be it for me. I took a nice little nap after dinner, and probably gonna get some studying done now. That way I could set my alarm for early tomorrow, edit this video, and get it out just in time for me to start work tomorrow morning. Then I got the rest of the time to study after my shift tomorrow. But yeah, you know, normally I like to wrap up these videos with a little bit of insight into my favorite parts of the rotation and my least favorite parts. I feel like I did a good job at showing just what emergency medicine has been like for me on this rotation so far. The great parts have been, I really do enjoy the shift work. I love how interesting it is, and I love being able to do procedures, suturing. It's actually a lot of fun, and it's really interesting just with the amount of variety that you get to see. Bad parts are, once again, the shift work. Depending on what type of person you are, you might not like it the best. Also, being a general sometimes could be a little overwhelming. Needing to know a little bit about everything all the time could be, you know, something that not everyone really enjoys. And finally, working in the emergency room could be pretty stressful sometimes. It is one of those specialties that really has you skating the line between life and death, depending on the actions that you take to help your patients in a lot of cases. So you really do need to be prepared for basically everything. But it's definitely been one of my favorite rotations in medical school so far. And with that, we'll see you guys all in the next one. I will have a Shred School vlog coming up this week, and I'll also go ahead and post how the exam went in the middle of that vlog too, because my exam for emergency med's coming up next Friday. But anyways, talk to you guys later, and everyone take care.
You know these planes ain't going down. This building is crumbling to the ground.